Welcome to the Elements of Spirit readings for the week of January 7th, 2017. This would be the reading for those water signs of Cancer, Scorpio, and Pisces. Having a very interesting week this week, talking about self-expression, truth, activism, and really, so far in air and fire, maintenance, right? What needs to be done in order to allow for this free, loving self-expression of self. So blunt, water signs. I contemplate stillness. Interesting. So it's just, in your case, it's another reset button to allow for this free expression of self. And in your case, the vibe for the water signs this week is isolation, protection, sequestering, even, quarantine's not the word, but isolation, separation, right? Protection. And the contemplation of stillness, right? Cool. Got that affirmation. I'll explain it to you in just a moment. So the idea here is, it's like with the air signs this week, it was about using their mind to perceive roadblocks that are preventing this ideal flow of self and to do the work they need to do to clear those roadblocks. For the fire signs, it was about not just going for everything that they want right now, but focusing their will a little bit more so the fuel burns a little brighter and clearer, and doing so by letting go of any desires that aren't at their hottest, right? So not trying to go in 6 directions at once, just focusing on 2 or 3 for a couple weeks and then, moving on to the rest of them. And in the case of the water element and the water signs, the maintenance is individual energetic maintenance. So the protection of self, the distinction and separation of self, so that we can clear all of these vibrations that might be making our water kind of turbulent and might be making, yes, very emotional, but immediately when I say yes, very emotional, Saturn in Capricorn pops into my head to be like, but it's not that emotional. It's very real. It's all too real. So rather than classifying the water element as overly emotional recently, it's more so hypersensitive, all too aware of what's going on, all too clear the state of things, all too overwhelming the emotional states that are happening. But the idea here is that, it's based on the ether read too, being as you are in a space of freedom, or as though you're in a space of freedom, right? It's it's like cosmic interface neutrality, like net neutrality. I know that's a thing of the past, but cosmic democracy, right? Energetic neutrality, right? Energetic democracy, energetic freedom. It's like, you can't physically stop someone. You can't energetically stop someone from giving you side eye, right? So those things. Everybody's free will can make watery beings waterlogged or hypersensitive or overly emotional, whatever. And so now that we're almost through all these readings, looking back at air, fire, and ether, and now pulling in water, you can see this is almost like our elemental energetic detox period for the new year. So in the case of water, the idea is you gotta log some moments, even some minutes, some good time, expressing yourself in a space of safety and quiet and chillness and protection and isolation, because you may be making decisions based on other people's feelings, right? Without knowing that they're other people's feelings. You may be caught up in momentum, right? That isn't really yours. That is actually, you may be having feelings and emotions that, yes, are real, but that are actually way bigger than you and that maybe aren't about your personal life. So just trying to express these different ways in which we can catch up almost these like energetic free radicals, right? That are coming from all over the place, even if we don't think they are. And you're basically then creating an antioxidant chamber just by finding quiet, by practicing this with every breath I express myself. Oh, that was self-expression. Also self-expression, right? And in this space, in this safe space, I am stillness. In this safe space, I am stillness. In this safe space, I am stillness. Again, get that safe space. If you don't have that safe space, remember that all space is safe space in the long run, right? It might not be right now, which is why it's even more important for you to express your truth in yourself and your freedom in this space as though it were free space, because it's supposed to be free space, right? Because it is free space from the biggest picture. But from the tiniest little mind, it's not. It's expensive space. It's taxable space, right? Create a tax-free zone for yourself. 0 taxes, no taxing inside of that space. By clearly defining that space, imagining yourself in protection, or just going somewhere you actually feel safe, you are taking back your space and your freedom, if only for a time, if only in a very specific prescribed way. And the idea for the water signs this week is that we need to take that space in order to reconnect more deeply to the basic okayness, right, inside of us, which I call truth or self or even higher self, right? Basic, eternally, basically okay, higher self, right? Thank you. That's your reading for the week. I love you so much. In this safe space, I am stillness. Enjoy.